All right, so your boys is back. We took a little week hiatus break. That's my fault, obviously. But just gonna give you
It's all
guys a
good.
quick little recap. Just want to give you guys a quick little recap. Well, not recap. What's things to come? What we're looking forward to as far as the next upcoming movie reviews? Because when's the last time we actually did a movie review? Like maybe 3 weeks ago we did Anshu and we did the Marvels. So
Yeah.
we got Aquaman coming up. I'm looking forward to that movie. I know you and DC in your relationship right now is not looking too good,
A
but
little iffy.
I'm looking forward to it. The trailer is bomb. I can't complain. For some reason, when I see Mantis tap the trident on his shoulder, that joint is so cool. I ain't gonna hold you. That is just so cool. But also, I got two more that I'm looking forward to. Rebel Moon. I don't know if you've seen um Sons of Anarchy.
No, I haven't.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Sons of Anarchy. Definitely got to check out that TV show that has Charlie Hunnam in it. He was the main character. It's in like a sci-fi space type of movie that's going to be placed on Netflix. I'm looking forward to watching that movie. We also have another one I'm looking forward to. Well, it's already started, but 9 times out of 10, we're probably going to do a review on the season 2. That's Jack Reacher. You got to catch up, get your game up. And
Yeah.
last but not least, even though it's not 2023, I was just skimming on Paramount and I saw Halo, and I'm looking forward to Halo. And I know a lot of people are not a fan of the whole taking the helmet off in Halo, but hey, at the end of the day, Hollywood changes some things to make it a little bit more relatable for the viewer. So I've never been a real big Halo fan growing up, but watching the TV show, it's pretty sweet. But what is a project that you're looking forward to before we close out 2023?
Shoot, there's a lot of them. I mean, I give you that. Halo is a little bit different. I give you with the whole taking the helmet off. But the point is, let him take it off. But just don't show the face. That's just my perspective of it. It's the how do I say this? The mysteriousness, like how do I say? It's the mystery who's actually the Master Chief. But to close out this year, there's a bunch of shows I want to watch. Monarch, because I'm a big Godzilla fan. I need to watch that on Apple TV. Invincible, Amazon Prime. I need to finish that. Season 2, finally we got that. Great show. I recommend it. I need to finish watching Gen V. That's great. For people who are big fans of The Boys, great TV show. And what else? What else we got? I mean, we got a bunch of stuff that we need to watch. I mean, Aquaman. Don't even get me started with that. I love Aquaman 1, bro. Like, I think it's one of the best DCU movies out there. Like, top 3, bro. Top 3. So I have high hopes that Aquaman 2 is going to be the bomb. So we'll see.
I will say this because since the whole Johnny Depp trial thing, I'm interested to see how they're going to end up handling, what's the wife's name? Well, the girlfriend.
Oh, Amber Heard?
Yeah, Amber Heard. I'm interested to see how they're going to handle that because it says she's casted in the movie, but I don't even think I saw her in the trailer at all.
She's in the trailer for like 2 seconds.
Okay.
I heard she only has like a 15-minute cameo in it, but I don't know how like true that is, but I don't know. Like, listen, man, like whatever she did, but I don't really care for her character like that, bro. Yeah, she's hot, but like, I mean,
she's pivotal. She's pivotal in it because of the fact they have the kids, so it's kind of hard
true.
to take her out.
But in the trailer, they made it seem like she wasn't like really part of the main storyline.
What you think?
So I don't know. We'll see.
Stay-at-home mom.
I don't know, bro. I don't know what they're doing. Like I'm iffy with the DCU. You know me, bro. I love the MCU. Don't get me wrong. I got a soft spot for the DC universe. I just don't know what they're doing with it. I like Aquaman. I love Jason Momoa's character. I like what they're doing with Mantis. I just don't see the direction that they're going with this the right way. But hey, what do I know? I did like Blue Beetle, dude. They're going wherever they're going with that direction is amazing. I hope it's better. It shapes the universe, and it does a lot better than what they presented to us recently.
True. But hey, that's this week, so we should push that one. Like I was telling you before, I'm gonna try to push it a week next week to do that review for the audience at home, because of the fact
Most
we don't want
definitely.
to have any spoilers or anything. Give y'all like a week to watch the movie, but around New Year's time, no, around New Year's
Around
time,
New Year's time.
it'll drop. So be sure to be looking forward to that. But
Most definitely.
today's pod, let's just get into today's pod. We finally
Let's get into it.
gotta reach the conclusion with the Jonathan Majors. I was about to call it off the field, off screen issues. Look, when it comes down to it, when we sit down and have these discussions, we try to keep everything about the movies. We really don't try to talk about people's personal lives like that, but until it affects the movies. So it has been reported that Jonathan Majors is going to be out as far as being in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as the character Kang the Conqueror. So he signed a $20 million contract with Marvel. Was it like 5 projects? And we got Loki season 1 for like maybe 2 episodes. And then we got Loki season 2 throughout the whole second season, which was 6 episodes. And then we had that one movie that was Quantumania, Ant-Man Quantumania.
Ant-Man
So
3.
we have basically technically 3 projects of Kang the Conqueror. We have a Avengers movie that's going to be coming out 2027. 2027. That's Kang Dynasties.
Wow. We got
Yeah,
some time.
Kang Dynasties is 2027. So what there's this is so many different questions that I have as far as how they plan on handling this situation. We're gonna I actually got we can go ahead and start this off. If we was to go ahead and do a recasting, I went on to Forbes and got quite a few names, but I know the most intriguing one that you probably was really interested in was probably just the fact that they could just go ahead and do multiple Kang variants for Kang moving forward with a whole bunch of different actors or just one specific actor, just to be able to, you know, fill that void. Because I know a lot of people don't like to switch actors, like especially when they did such a brilliant performance with a character.
Correct. Yeah, he's supposed to be a Nexus being, so that means he's the same person and the same character in every universe, like Scarlet Witch. So it's gonna be hard to accept the fact that he's different in a different movie. But hey, we done this before. I mean, we got War Machine. Um, who else? Oh, Incredible Hulk. Who else? Um, oh, Red Skull. You got different characters for to play the same characters. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we just need to find somebody who knows how to play them. I just don't see him being replaced, bro. I just don't see you hype King so much. We talked about this last time. I just don't see him being replaced with Doctor Doom, bro. I can't stress this enough. As much as I love Doctor Doom, you can't justify him being a replacement for another villain, bro. Like I just can't accept that. Like you can't do that. So the best you can do is replace him with a different actor. There's a couple choices out there. I mean, be honest with you, Jonathan Majors, I love him. I love him as an actor. I don't want to talk about all the politics about it, but I just don't see him being replaced, bro. I just don't. Like it's gonna be hard. Like, I mean, there's gonna be a couple actors, I mean, don't get me wrong, that I feel like they can take over, but it's not going to be the same. I feel like he's already set in stone. I just don't see him being replaced. If I see him being replaced, it's only a few actors. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. Not a few, a couple, two. There's not that many. It's really not that many. So I don't. I'm just gonna say you already signed him. I get it. He has a past. I just feel like let's just finish the storyline with whatever you can and let it go. Let bygones be bygones, and let him be finished off in a movie, and then move on to another villain. I mean, that's the best you can do, though. Really? I mean, I don't know what you think, but that's how I feel.
Well, if I think you told me it was like 5 projects that he signed on for when he signed that $20 million contract. So
Correct.
technically he did 3. So you got 2 left. You couldn't
Mm.
let him do those last 2 projects. So 9 times out of 10 that would have been Kang Dynasty. That's 2027.
And Secret
Whatever
Wars.
and Secret Wars. So whatever the publicity that you're getting right now for the off the screen situation, the publicity
Yeah,
that
I
you're getting for that right now, you have 3, maybe 4 years for it to die down. Yeah, I know the times that we live in is a very, very sensitive time, because I sit down and have conversations with a lot of people that be like, uh, look, it's innocent till proven guilty. Obviously, it didn't go the way he wanted it to go, but I'm the type of person where, look, I'm not I don't want to get involved with that. Whatever product that they put out, regardless of what they do in their personal time, has nothing to do with me. If the product is good, I'm going to watch it or I'm going to listen to it. And this is not just when it comes
Mhm.
to actors. This comes down to with music as well. I'm the exact same way. Like the Flash thing. I remember having the conversation about him. A lot of people didn't want to watch the movie because of his off the screen issues, which was eye opening to me because I didn't really know about it until after the fact, and I was like, it's a little suspect. But Flash didn't do well in the box office, so I guess that's karma for you right there. But when it comes to the Jonathan Majors thing, I'm just like, it's definitely unfortunate, but I feel like you could have let it die down, and then 2 movies. All right, we don't have to work together ever again. We don't have to put you on no other Disney or Marvel project ever again after you knock out these last 2. Because again, we've been going back and forth about what direction is Marvel going in. This phase is trash. There's like no structure in the last 2 phases of like the direction. And by you just eliminating him, it's a strong possibility, even though we already had the conversation about the Fantastic Four that can make or break the MCU. But if you replace Jonathan Majors with another actor, or excuse me, if they replace it with another actor, I feel like that's it's a better, you have a better chance of saving the MCU with that better actor. But if you just totally just eliminate the character altogether and just go with the Doctor Doom thing, yeah, this is not going to bode too well, if we're being honest with each other. Because based off of what you told me, because you're the comic book guy, Doctor Doom is a very, very pivotal character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And by
Mhm.
us just sitting down, just looking at the next couple of movies coming up, it's like, all right, the only movie he could really appear in is Fantastic Four. And like, what you're going to do moving forward after that? You're just going to sit there and just hide him? Just going to hide him for the next couple of years, and then, hey, Kang Dynasty, Doctor Doom's here. Like, how did we get here?
I agree with you, boss. Like you can't make this into an anime. You can't have a boss level character, right? And then introduce like a ultra boss character and have him be slayed by the ultra boss, and have the main boss be taken out like as if it wasn't important to the plot storyline. He just happened to be there for a stepping stone for the main character to become stronger, become wiser, and become greater as a character. Like, no, you can't do that. Like Doctor Doom deserves more respect. But at the same time, Kang the Conqueror is also a good villain, bro. Like, I agree with you on that. Let him finish his storyline. Don't put him in any other movies. Just put him in the Avengers 5 and 6 and let him finish his saga. Let him become a good villain. Let him get defeated by the Avengers. However he gets defeated, I don't care how they do it. Make it believable. Let it have consequences to the action, and then get rid of him. If you're going to do it the other way around and have him replaced by another great actor, it has to be a great actor, bro. Like, there's not that many out there. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. If you're going to give me somebody good. I'll take it, but I won't accept it.
So before we even get into the recasting part of it, I just wanted to ask, like, I still, with him just doing 5 projects, it still didn't do him enough justice as far as the direction of the MCU if we're supposed to be dealing with multiple variants of Kang. Like, when you watch Quantumania, you saw thousands of Kang the Conqueror. And so far, I only seen him one time since that movie. Well, yeah, one time since that movie. And that was, we watched Quantumania. That was the first. No, Loki. You just finished watching Loki. That's the only time that I've seen Kang the Conqueror.
There's 3.
What's third?
You got Kang the Conqueror, you got Victor Timely, and you got He Who Remains.
So technically, it's still technically 2 times because you got Quantumania and Loki. Those are the only 2 shows you've seen.
Okay, so all right, cool. 2 times, all right.
Yeah,
I give you that, all right.
Yeah,
but
2
we
times.
got 3 different versions, but okay, I give you 2 times, all right.
Yeah, 2 times. So it's like, I felt like 5 projects so far. I'm thinking, like, back when I'm watching Quantumania, we had the conversation back then. I'm expecting to see a Kang in almost every single Marvel movie. So I'm gonna ask you this question before we even get to the recasting now.
All right.
Now that we know that Kang is out and we had the discussion about Deadpool 3 with the TVA, are you going to go ahead and eliminate the fact that we're not going to see a Kang?
I don't see that happening, bro, because I feel like this was already planned. Like, Deadpool 3 would be a prime example to add Kang the Conqueror, even if he had nothing to do with the main storyline. An after credit scene would be amazing. An end credit scene, that's because it's a multiverse movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, also, like, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness would have been a great example. Fantastic Four, you make Fantastic Four a movie. You're telling you're not gonna add Kang the Conqueror in any type of, like, in any shape or form in that movie, especially in that end credit scene. That's a waste, bro. That's a waste. I just don't see it happening. Like I said, how are you gonna size a man so bad that he's like the biggest villain you ever had in the entire multiverse? The main MCU,
to be
the
honest,
616.
he basically made himself the face of the MCU because I believe it was last year there was a discussion about him possibly being the next big thing in Hollywood, right?
Of course.
And with the departure of Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and what's Thor's name? Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth, those departures, the possible departures of that, like, he kind of like has been like elevated when you think of Marvel. Jonathan Majors.
I give you that, bro. Like, dude, he's up there, bro. I love his movies. Like, dude, when I first saw him as He Who Remains, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, when I heard about him, I was like, I don't know much about him. Like, I heard Lovecraft Country was a good TV show. I watched the first one. I liked it. I wasn't a big fan of it.
I can't get it. I could not get into that TV show.
It's
even
a little
though, like,
weird.
It's everywhere. Like,
it's all over the place. You know what I mean?
We're in the what is it like?
You're in the future, but then you're in the past, but then you're in the present, but then you're talking about what is and then what nots. And it's kind of like they're all intertwined into one. And it's kind of a mind blower, but it makes it for a good story, but it's a lot to comprehend for main people. But like for me, it's like that's what makes him so amazing because he has experience in this aspect. Because remember, He Who Remains, I don't know about you, but I saw him as an anti-hero. But then seeing him in season 2 of Loki, I was like, you're an asshole, bro. Like, you knew what everything was gonna happen before it happened. You set it up so you could become the villain because you thought you were better than everybody else because nobody could do it like you could. Then you gave it to Loki, the god of mischief, who's in love with himself. So they're basically the same person. If you think about it,
That's true.
the only difference is that Loki has a sense of compassion and it's kind of deep. But you think about it, they're both the same person. The only difference is that one's a immortal and the other one's immortal. He's a god.
True.
And it's kind
That's
of
true.
wild because one, Kang the Conqueror, or He Who Remains, was so infatuated with power that he didn't want to share it. That he was going to share it with Ren, what's her name? I forgot her last name.
Renslayer.
Renslayer. And then he tossed her aside and erased the entire TVA. And here's Loki. He's in love with himself so much that he's in love with a version of himself that is the opposite sex. It doesn't get any weirder than that, bro. Like, what?
And complex. Weird and complex.
Weird and complex. It's just weird, bro. Like, one wants to be alone, the other one wants to have friends, but it's also in love with himself. That's the opposite sex. Kane is like, I don't care about the opposite sex. I just want to have the power. But if you think about it, they're the same person. The only difference is that one has the right because he thinks he knows what he's doing. And the other one is like, I know what I'm doing, but I don't want to do it. Which is deep.
It is. So let's get into this recasting, right?
All right, let's get into it.
So we already touched on the possible using the multiple variant type of thing, right? Now you got this is off of Forbes. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what my favorite actor is from this list. But well, I got two.
Let me know.
I got two. So I got Aldous Hodge. He played he was in the Black Adam movie. He was Hawkman. I like that. I like him as an actor. I think he'd be a pretty good replacement for him. And then you have Yahya Abdul Mateen. He's going to be he's Mantis in the upcoming Aquaman 2 movie. And also, like I told you, my movie of the year is Ambulance. That movie is freaking bomb. Like I can't stop watching that movie. I probably watched it like 5 times already. So those are my two that I like from the Forbes list. Now there is another one that's not on this list, and I was gonna put out there Damson Idris from my boy from Snowfall. Hey, I feel like he could basically do anything. And they're coming off of that very, very perfect performance of Snowfall. This would be a nice little well. Never mind. I don't want him to come in mid-season. I would like for him to have his own little thing. So I'm gonna leave him out. At least these guys I don't have much of an attachment to. So Yahya Abdul Mateen the second, and you got that's Aunt Mantis, and you have Aldous Hodge. That's Hawkman from the DC universe in Black Adam.
Okay. I give you that. All right. Hawkman. I like him. He was really good in Leverage. Allergies Hodge. I like his acting. Mantis, I like him. But then there's also rumor that I hear that John Krasinski might be playing an alternate version or a variant of Kang the Conqueror, which I would like to see that. You won't give him Mr. Fantastic, then give him a villain role. Give me that. I'll take it. He's a great actor.
So you're just gonna go ahead and just eliminate him from being Mr. Fantastic?
Yeah, if they gave it, it's already rumored that they gave it to Pedro Pascal. So Why not give me?
Please, I swear to God, please don't let that be true.
Hey, I'm wishing the same thing, but let's say hypothetically this is true. Why not give John Krasinski a chance to play a villain? I've never seen him play a villain at all. This would be amazing. He is an ancestor of Kang the Conqueror. You could just make him. I hate to say this. Please don't judge me for saying it. I'm only going by what I like as actors. Please, I like him as an actor. So don't judge me. I don't care that he's white and I know he isn't black. But please, if you're going to put actors to replace Kang the Conqueror, you need a good one. And I'm not just throwing names out here for the love of God. Because there's not that many people I don't mess with that I can agree with that can take Kang the Conqueror. Jonathan Major has this like 95% of the time, bro. But if we're gonna be honest, there are other people that can take it. John Krasinski can take it. That's one. But you know who I give it to? Who I think I could actually see myself watching? You remember the dude who played Mr. Nobody in John Wick 4?
Yeah.
Shamir, I think it's Shamir Anderson.
He ain't ready yet. He ain't ready.
You don't think he's ready yet?
He's not ready for that. No, he's not ready for that.
You don't think he's ready?
He needs to get a couple more supporting actor roles before he's able to take on something like that. Like he's more like a we got to put him in a movie, like put him in the next Black Panther movie as the adult version of the Sun. How about that?
Hey, yo, that's stuff. All right, okay.
I'm just saying, like we gotta ease him in. Like you're talking about a major role. Like I'm like, before I saw John Wick, I'm like, who is this cat? Like.
I don't know, boss. There's not that many people to be out there that can take Kang the Conqueror. Like I said, I really was. I had high hopes for Jonathan Majors, bro. I really did. I mean, I don't know, boss. I have one person, but I just don't see it happening, though.
Well, I guess we will find out soon. Because at some point we gotta go ahead and start getting ready for these upcoming movies. Which, speaking of which, we're gonna end up finishing this show off with the Marvel 2024 releases, since we ended up missing out last week. So where we at with this? So got quite a few projects. We're going to go ahead and start it off with the Echo TV show series that's going to be released on January 9th. And so before we even get into Echo, right?
Mm-hmm.
We first see Echo in Hawkeye, right?
Correct.
I understand we're trying to get the street level anti-hero superhero thing going here with Echo and Daredevil, but I don't know if I told you this before. The Kingpin is so it was done so weak. Like I'm like people, like for the people at home, because I'm not the comic book guy. You're the comic book guy.
Stop. Don't say that. Don't say that.
I'm just saying. I'm watching this trailer. The first thing that I peeped, why is Kingpin beating somebody in the middle of the street?
Because he's Kingpin, bro.
What are you talking about? No, he's Kingpin, which means he sends somebody else to do that shit. He ain't doing that. And
they're trying to show how badass he is, bro. In season 1, he did that to somebody already.
You take him to the freaking penthouse and you beat his ass. So don't beat him in broad daylight in the street where everybody can see you. Nobody's supposed to know that you're the Kingpin. You're Wilson Fisk. You're a rich businessman. Nobody really knows for sure who you are. And I'm going to take this back to Hawkman. I mean, Hawkeye. You got your ass beat by Kate Bishop.
All right, you want to go that far? You want to go that deep, bro? Do you remember?
We're going there. We're going there.
All right, I'll give you that. He did get his ass beat by Kate Bishop. That was a luck of a draw, bro. Like, let's be honest. Remember, this is the same man that went to prison.
Nope.
And then tried to put a hit on the Punisher, bro. Who dogged the Punisher? Will Skin Fist, bro. He punished the Punisher.
I bet you freaking John Bernthal, Punisher ain't gonna get his ass beat by Kate Bishop. I could guarantee you that.
Okay, so, I'll give you that.
So Kate Bishop, come on now, is what, a 20-year-old, like she's still in her teens or she's 20.
It was an explosion, bro. You can't sit here and say
I don't care. I don't care. For you to like that really grinds my gears how they did the Wilson Fisk. Like, your big return to the MCU. You had this motherfucker come in here with a freaking Hawaiian shirt with your freaking regular signature white coat on, and then you gonna sit here and you're doing street level bullshit. Like, you literally showing up fucking in a whole freaking Christmas fight brawl thing that's going on. It's been a minute since I've seen the freaking TV show, but in the street brawl thing, you over here fighting a little ass kid in a damn store, and to be honest, you made a 15-second fight a freaking 15-minute fight when it didn't even need to. Throw her ass up against the wall a couple times. Boom. Again, people need to understand who the Kingpin is supposed to be. I know this shit, and I didn't even read not one comic book. I know this shit. Like, this man is the go-to that knows everything about crime all around freaking New York. Nothing happens in New York without this motherfucker knowing. So by him leaving the penthouse, coming down, dealing with Kate Bishop, that's some low-level shit. I'm sending Echo. I'm sending, I don't know, give me some dudes that he can send to handle that, because that's low level stuff. You don't do
why?
That.
You know why he was a low level character? Because it was implied that he was snapped during the blimp, bruh. So he had to start all over again. He lost 5 years.
No.
Yes, it doesn't make sense, but but he had to start all over again.
Nope.
Yes, he didn't have to dog Kate Bishop, bruh.
I'm turned off.
He didn't want her. He wanted Hawkeye.
I'm turned off.
He was using Echo to get her.
I'm turned off. I don't care. Like, regardless of how you want to spin it, even if he was snapped in the blimp, and whoever his replacement was that was sitting on the throne, all right, get your ass up. This is my seat. Move out the way. There's I am the Kingpin. Like, there's no, you need to earn your spot back. Like, no. Like, I'm going back to my penthouse and move. I'm sitting here.
I agree with you.
Go back to what you were doing.
But he was showing dominance in that area, bro. He was, dog, Kingpin is a force to be reckoned with, bro. Dog, do you know how long it took Daredevil to wreck him?
Exactly. And you got Kate Bishop, a lot like Kate Bishop, who's only been she has been alive for 20 freaking years, not to mention how small she is compared to how big his ass is. She didn't even go hand-to-hand
combat. She had to throw an arrow with an explosion.
Nope. I did not like the way they did that.
Dog,
not at all.
Season 1, Daredevil. What did Daredevil have to do? He had to put a bulletproof vest to fight Wilson Fisk, and then he still almost got his ass beat. Season 2, he got him locked up. Punisher went in there and beat all those people, all those prisoners, and still got his ass beat by Kingpin. Season 3, he sent what's his name? The villain.
That's Bullseye.
Bullseye. He sends Bullseye to dog Daredevil. He almost got him, but then it was a 3-way match, bro. Bullseye, Kingpin, and Daredevil, bro. That was a brawl to go for, bro. Daredevil and Kingpin came out on top, and he still dogged him. I don't care what nobody said. Dog, Kingpin is a force of his own. He's only a human being, bro. He broke Bullseye in half, bro, on a wall, on a concrete wall, bro. He just took him. It was like a tortilla. Get out of here, bro. And he had a power suit on. Daredevil came out there, was just swinging like, I hope this dogs him. The only reason he gave up because he had his wife, and he was like, yo, you come after me and my people, I'll take your wife, bro. He was like, who do you think you are? I'll find out who you are. My man took his mask off. He was like, you know who I am? And he told him, I'm Matt Murdock. I'm the man who put you in jail, and I'll do it again. Dog, that's the only reason that man stepped aside, bro.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, like
I don't care what nobody said. Yes, she used explosion, but I'm gonna go with it. I ain't excusing. No, don't get me wrong. I ain't excusing it. That was cheesy writing, bro. That was lazy writing. No, she came out there swinging, talking about like 1, 2, 3, like get off me, I got you, hand-to-hand combat. I'm gonna call it like it is, bro. You did that shit. I'm done with the MCU. Don't you dare do that to me. Don't be Sice the Kingpin. And then Kate Bishop come out here swinging with the 1s and 2s, talk about box you, and then he gets dogged. No, don't. I'm done. Stop.
So all right, so at the end of Hawkeye, right? So
Yeah.
it shows Echo about to shoot Kingpin, I think.
Shot him point blank in the eye. So
yeah, so that's how it ended, right? So let's get to this trailer now, right? Like I said, you handling some low level shit like that, beating a dude in an alley, like again, you're the Kingpin. I can get like 5 motherfuckers to beat him up. I don't need that. So
true.
I had a problem with that. But one thing that you did point out off camera that I really liked, and I was thinking it, I didn't say it, and I'm gonna take it from you right now.
I bet.
The Omen, excuse me, the vibe of the show has Netflixy to it. I didn't look at the rating, but it has a Netflix vibe to it, which I really, really enjoy because these TV shows that have been put on Disney, I told you I don't like. It's too short. Some of them don't deserve to be. Will deserve to be M-rated. Like Moon Knight definitely needed to be
of course
M-rated.
It needed to be M-rated, definitely.
What else came out? Loki, Captain America.
No, yeah, Winter Soldier and Falcon should have definitely been M-rated, bro. You know how many people they killed in that show? The first 5 minutes of the show, bro, people died. They just didn't show it like that. What else?
WandaVision.
WandaVision should have been graphic, a little bit more graphic, but I could see why they got away with a PG-13. I'm trying to think right now.
At the end of the day,
what if should have been rated R, bro? How you have a zombie episode, but there's no blood in it?
Again, I don't know why are we getting away with what works? I don't understand why we're doing that. I hate when people do that. If it's working, why don't touch it? Like leave it alone.
True, but let's talk about this conversation real quick. Like, not to step aside of what we're talking about, but let's be honest. The MCU needs a little bit of mature audience, bro. We need to dabble into the MA-rated versions of certain things. There's certain characters you needed to have rated R, bro. You just can't step aside. So let's just say Moon Knight, right? That should have been an R-rated show. Blade, for sure, needs to be rated R. You cannot have it as a PG-13 movie, bro. You could get away with it, but it's not the same. It's not a Captain America movie.
It needs to be really, really graphic. Like
it does.
That mug needs to say MA on it. It don't even need to say R. MA.
Facts. But the problem is that they're trying to stay to a younger audience. They're trying to keep it,
no.
Not
if Disney owns it, they're like, again, certain things cannot be PG-13. It can't.
It just can't. Like it just can't. Like, for example, I'll give you a prime example. Iron Man and Captain America should never have been rated PG-13. You could get away with it, but realistically speaking, bro, Iron Man was blowing people up. Bro, the first movie, prime example. What did he do? He went to Afghanistan and he blew people up.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see no flesh and blood just out of nowhere. You knew automatically those terrorists were killed on point. Captain America, bro. Come on, bro. Listen, he's the hero.
Of World War II.
Hero. Bro, you know he killed people. You know he killed Nazis, bro. You knew that. He blew up Nazis and what was the Hydra?
Mm-hmm.
He was killing people left and right, bro. There's no way he was innocent. There was no justification he was in. Yes, he killed, but he only killed when he needed to, when it was necessary. It doesn't justify anything. It doesn't justify anything. Thor 2, if you really want to be realistic, Thor has killed people. But we don't talk about that.
True.
Black Widow's killed people too. Same thing with Nick Fury. She's an assassin. But we don't talk about that. Oh, you want to even be deeper than that? Hulk. Bruh, how many people has he killed by accident? Casualties, bruh. Let's be honest. How many buildings have he smashed, gone through, and God knows how many people could have been in there. A car, a building. You know what I'm saying? Or the casualties of what's it called when you break stuff in the air and it falls, debris and stuff? People have died, bro. People have died. We just don't talk about it.
I feel like when they did Captain America 2 with the Sokovia Accords, was it 3, my bad, 3. Captain America 3
Civil War.
With the Sokovia. Yeah, they literally showed 3 different sites. The Age of Ultron thing and where would that take place?
In Sokovia.
Sokovia. So where did the bombing thing at the beginning of Captain America 3 happen?
Oh snap! I forgot. It was in a country in Africa.
Okay, well, and then of course they showed the last one where the Hulk was taken over mine was messed with by Wanda.
That was Sokovia.
So they was in Sokovia twice.
No, they were once. Age of Ultron took the piece of
because remember at the end of Ultron, his whole thing was to destroy the Earth. So they had to evacuate. They had to evacuate that particular area.
It was Sokovia, because that's where what's the name the villain was from, Zemo.
Okay, all right. So Sokovia was that one right there. I know there had to be a lot of people that had to die in that.
Thousands of people had to die, bro. Thousands of people died in that shit.
You're talking about, they had to lift up a piece of the freaking ground to get people up out of there.
We talking about miles, bro. We talking about at least 100 miles a diameter around in a circle, bro. If it was dropped 50,000 feet in the air, it would have blown up the Earth. There's no way. Plus, you have evil androids attacking the planet and that piece of land at the same time, bro. People died.
Right,
that was casualties,
so since we on the whole changing the rating of certain things,
that was the end of the movie. That wasn't even the beginning of the movie.
I'm gonna jump.
Warner probably killed at least a couple thousands, bro. At least.
Right.
I get it. It wasn't her fault, but it was just part of. It was just in battle and war. There are always gonna be casualties. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Is realistically speaking, nobody's safe.
Right. So yeah, staying on topic about as far as ratings of Marvel TV shows, we got the next show that's supposed to be coming out in 2024 is going to be X-Men 97. That's supposed to be the very next season after that cartoon series they used to show on Fox all the time, which I watched a lot as a kid, which I told you in the past. Sometimes when I sat down and I watched it, I was a little bit lost. Maybe I need to sit down and rewatch the whole series again. But just go ahead and tell me get the people up to speed as far as what was the last thing you remember from 1997 X-Men?
I believe, if I remember correctly, it was a civil war between Magneto's people and Professor Xavier's people, the X-Men versus the I can't remember what Magneto called his people. And then they were stopped. I want to say they were stopped by
The
Apocalypse.
Brotherhood.
The Brotherhood, there you go. The Brotherhood against the X-Men to see who was right and who was wrong. And then I believe they were stopped by Apocalypse, the return of Apocalypse. As far as I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
I might be wrong on that, but it's been a while since I watched the show, bro. That show was deep on the message on everything, bro. Discrimination, harassment, abuse, racism. It dabbled to everything in the topic, bro. Like, man, this was a 90s cartoon, bro. It was perfectly made too. The voice actors, don't even get me started with the voice actors, bro. It was amazing for its time. I don't know if you remember when they Days of Future Past, they redid that one in the animation series.
I just rewatched it the other day, actually.
That joke was marvelous, bro. You had to not get into too much into detail until you had Wolverine in love with Storm. That was the first time you ever saw that in a storyline. You had Cable, you had Wolverine and Bishop go back in time in order to stop the Sentinels from ever being created. That was deep. That whole entire storyline was complex, though. Then they're gonna find out that Cable was related to Cyclops and Jean Grey, but Jean Grey wasn't Jean Grey at the time. She was a clone of Jean Grey. So Jean Grey wasn't actually the biological mother. It was another woman who pretended to be Jean Grey. And it messed up Cyclops because he thought his wife was alive, and in actuality, his wife was dead the entire time. That joke was wild.
You know, I'm going to have an issue with this TV show is since we was on the rating thing. When I used to watch it back in the day, my biggest issue was Wolverine, says what he says, "Let's go, bub." And then pulls the claws out and then dives on the dude and then puts the claws away.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that was tough though, yo.
No, like
on,
I'm
bub.
just saying, like she bring the joint out, dive on him. Like I get it, it's a kid show. Can I get a stab? You don't have to show no blood, but can I get a stab?
Yo, you remember when they crossed them with Spider-Man, the 90s Spider-Man, the animation
Yeah.
series? Yeah, when he went to go see them at the X Mansion, and then he went through the entire maze, and they were trying to kill him through this the simulation, and then here comes Wolverine. It was like, I smell an intruder. There's a bug somewhere around here. Yo, he tried to kill Spider-Man, bro. Spider-Man handled his own though. Yo, that was tough, bro. That was tough. And then they told him he was a mutant. Oh no, not a mutant. Sorry, let me rephrase that. He was a mutate. Phrase. Mutants are people who are born with powers the day they are born. A mutate is a human who is gifted with their genes spliced into different genetics, meaning they are a mutant as soon as they get their genetics spliced through like an experiment. So Spider-Man isn't a mutant; he's a mutate. And then they kick him to the curb because they treated him like he was like somebody with Asperger's syndrome, bro. Like they're like, yeah, you ain't one of us, but you are, but you ain't. You're privileged because you were born with the power. You just were gifted with the power. So he gets like, well, what's the difference? Like, I got powers like you. He said the difference is that you're spoiled. You had a choice to keep it. You chose not to oblige with the power. You chose to accept it. So you're not one of us. Which why he was like against the X-Men in the first place, bro. It was like, well, I'm you, but I wasn't born with the power. I was given the power when I was older. They were like, well, that's your problem. That's not our problem. That's why they didn't want to help him. Remember, he was going through the power. He was going through the genetic mutation where he was becoming a spider. He didn't know that. He didn't know what was going on with him. He had the 6 arms, remember?
Mm-hmm.
He became man spider. That Joan was wild too, bro. They didn't even want to help him. And they could have had. That was the whole message. They were like, yeah, we can help you, but you're not really one of us. That's, you think about it, like, it doesn't matter, bro. Like, you think about it like, you could have helped the man, but you didn't want to help him. And then you had Wolverine come out there. Then you had the Hobgoblin beefing with Spider-Man. And here comes Wolverine like, I knew I smelled bullshit. And then he come out there with the claws and he starts wrecking. Please tell me you remember that was during the symbiote saga too.
I remember. I remember because he was about to mutate into that giant spider thing.
Yeah. Then you had the Punisher come involved and get involved. You had Blade in there too. Yo, Spider-Man the animated series was the bomb, bro. Hands down.
Craven got involved to give him the anti-serum.
Oh yeah, I remember that. He almost killed Soccer at the church.
Right.
That's when he got rid of the symbiote suit, and then Eddie Brock got it.
Yeah.
And then this man was like, "Oh, what is this? Get it off me!" And he was like, "Peter, Spider-Man." And then they put two to two together. They were like, "Peter is Spider-Man, bro." When he came out there, when Eddie Brock became Venom and he terrorized Spider-Man, bro, that was gangsta.
Oh yeah.
He was like, "Who are you?" "We are you." And he was like, "Who are you?" He said, "We are Venom." Yo, that was tough, bruh. And he couldn't sense his spider sense because they knew his spider sense. Remember that because he couldn't sense them.
It imprinted him on
into the symbiote.
Right. That's what makes Venom such a very, very unique anti-hero. I've called him. He's an anti-hero to me because sometimes
he's an anti-villain.
Their goals align at times when it comes down to the other symbiotes. But what we got next? We got Madam Web, February 14th, Valentine's Day. How you feeling?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I haven't really watched the whole trailer yet. I'm kind of iffy because I don't know why they're doing this movie for.
I feel like it's a little bit early, if we're being honest, and and it's not even a MCU movie, right?
No, it's a Sony verse movie.
All right, so now this is taking it back to that Spider-Man animated series because that's when they had like that
the Spider-Verse.
When Spider-Man had to recruit superheroes to fight Dr.
Secret
Doom
Wars
with the Beyonder.
With the Beyonder, yeah.
So I would think that was something that they would try to implement into the MCU, something like that. That would be cool.
That'd be cool, but they're doing that for an Avenger movie though. That's kind of Kane. That's the reason why it was called Kane Dynasty in the first place.
Right. So I'm going to check it out, of course, but I'm not really a fan of any of the Sony movies except for Venom. Maybe. Nope, except for Venom. I don't really care.
Not
for
even Spider-Man. That's part of the Sony verse.
Which one?
All of them.
Oh, well, I'm talking about like within the last 5 years.
And it's part of the MCU. But okay, we only have Morbius.
Trash.
Trash. Tier trash, bro. It's not. It shouldn't even be mentioned. We have Morbius and we have Venom 1 and 2. That's it. And then we have Madam Web coming up, and then we have Kraven the Hunter, which I'm looking forward to.
Kraven's going to be interesting. That's going to come out
rated R too. First time
August
they're doing
30th.
this.
It's going to be August 30th. That's going to be interesting. What they do with Kraven the Hunter.
Right? Rhino's one of the main villains, bro. Like, I think this is going to be tight. I think Chameleon might be the main villain in this movie, though.
Chameleon?
Yeah.
The shapeshifter.
Mm-hmm. I believe so.
Interesting.
I think that's the route they're going to, but I don't know. I'm just speculating here, but I think Aaron Taylor Johnson is going to be the right choice for this movie. I never thought that they could make a Kraven the Hunter movie, but now that I see the trailer, I'm kind of interested how they're going to go about it. Like, it's weird how they're making Spider-Man villains into movies without having directly having Spider-Man involved in their creation or their form and how they're made as a villain. So they're basically making them anti-heroes before they fight Spider-Man. Interesting.
Okay. So speaking of Spider-Man, you got Spider-Man freshman year this year too. That's another TV show. That's going to be coming out November 2nd.
Another what if story too.
I thought that was just going to be another variant of Spider-Man that we're going to get the same old
Correct.
story from, to be honest.
The same story, but minus Tony Stark, and you have Harry Osborn as the protagonist in that movie. So imagine Tony Stark, but replace him with Harry Osborn, and then we have a
Now
story.
I watch anything Spider-Man, but I'm just saying, what could you possibly do to this to, you know, keep our attention?
I think they're doing it because they want to show us how Spider-Man got bitten by the spider. Remember, we haven't got to any origin stories about how Spider-Man got bitten by the spider, nor where did he get bitten by the spider at. You know what I mean?
They did a fast forward version of it in all the movies.
Yeah, but there's no
except for Homecoming.
Correct.
It was more like, oh, Spider-Man's in New York. Okay, let's recruit him to fight Captain America. Now, the Andrew Garfield version had his brief origin story. He went to Oscorp and was doing something he wasn't supposed to. Spider went home with him, bit him. And the Tobey Maguire one, school field trip at I forgot what that was.
Oscorp too.
It was Oscorp?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, well.
He was bitten at
bit by the
Oscorp.
spider there. So you got like a little origin story, and then like you fast forward, you know, he shivering, laying down, and then he wakes up with muscles and doesn't need to put his glasses on anymore. And then I would probably say it's like a little bit of a time jump because like he starts to get used to the powers and then makes it suit same origin thing. We have the Venom 3 movie. That's when is that coming out? Venom 3 comes out November 8th. Now, what are we doing with this Venom 3 movie? What do you think the premise is going to be of Venom 3?
From what I believe is that they're going to use the police officer. I believe he was the detective. He might be Toxin, the son of Carnage.
Right, because towards the end of the movie, he had some of he left some of the symbiote, right? Okay.
But I think he might be more of an anti-hero, so I think he might be like an assisting Venom. So I don't know who the main villain's going to be. It's possibility Carnage can come back. I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like Venom 2 was rushed.
It was underwhelming. It was another underwhelming movie for me.
It could have been better, bro. Woody Harrelson, bro, he was a great pick for Carnage. I just felt it was rushed, bro. There's so much they could have done with that movie if they just made it rated R.
Mm-hmm.
And you had Scream too. I believe her name is Scream. His girlfriend.
Oh yeah, the girlfriend, right? All right. What we got left? Agatha, Darkhold Diaries, September 19th. I'm gonna be completely 100 with you. Well, you already knew it.
Yeah.
I didn't care for WandaVision. The first couple of episodes, I struggled to make it through. And at the time, it was like, I don't know how this is going to affect the MCU, but I know if I don't watch this, I'm going to regret it later. Hence why I stuck with it for so long. But now that we're what? 4 years later, 3 years later?
Yeah, something like that.
Somewhere around that timeline, 3 years later, I'm regretting watching it because it really didn't have anything to do with the MCU.
True.
Yet, because how we leave that one off, Cliff, or outside of Wanda transitioning into Doctor Strange 2 by her reading the Darkhold, but outside of that, we got a new Vision out there. Nobody knows where he at.
White Vision, nobody knows where he's at.
Nobody know where he at.
I agree with you on that. I love WandaVision. I mean, Yeah, I like WandaVision. Let me rephrase that. I like it. I don't really care for Agatha, nor do I know much about her character. I just know she's a being with strong dark abilities, dark magic abilities. But let's be honest, they're just doing it because this is like WandaVision season 2. I think they're bringing back Wanda. This is their explanation to bring back Wanda, just so we can get a movie out of her. That's what I believe. But let's just cut the bullshit. Like, nobody cares for Agatha, bro. Like, I don't even care for her character like that. Yeah, she was cool. I like the actress too, but I don't care enough for me to be like, I need to watch this. But if I don't watch it, then I'm gonna miss out something important in the next movie or next TV show.
Right.
It's all connected, bro.
I again, I don't have much to say about Agatha. I'm just going with the flow.
I feel you.
But did we cover everything? Yeah. Oh, Deadpool 3. How can we forget Deadpool 3? Obviously, we had discussions about Deadpool 3. You're you're looking forward to it. You're excited about it. I'm just excited to see Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine again.
Are we all, bro?
And him being in a rated R Wolverine movie being Wolverine in a rated R movie is going to be interesting. Like, I've seen screenshots of him having his claw in Deadpool's head, so that's going to be fun. I could see Deadpool stabbing him a couple of times. Like, I'm really looking forward to this movie because Wolverine, that character, definitely deserves to be in a rated R type of movie. And that last Logan movie, it was a good movie, but at the same time, why did it take this long? Why we have to fast forward till he's freaking old and he's about to die for me to get a good Wolverine movie?
Because back then, nobody thought a superhero movie could be rated R until we got proven wrong with Batman. Well, Blade was a prime example, but nobody really fuck with Blade back then. But I don't know. Like, dude, like, it's crazy how we're getting a rated R movie with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds in it. It's about freaking time, bruh. Like, we've been dying for this movie for a long time. I just want to see the violence go through. I just want to see those two's relationship just get, like, crazy. I just want to see them get annoyed. I want to see them get lovey-dovey. Then I want to see them hate each other. Then I want to see them love each other. And I want to see them destroy each other, bro. Like, pause, but...
Chemistry's definitely got to be on key. It's key for this movie.
But I can see them.
Hopefully they can get that.
I can see so much violence going on in this movie, but I can see so much how Deadpool is gonna rip the MCU apart with his jokes.
We'll see. All right, so we just approached the hour and 3-minute mark. Damn, this pod went a lot longer than what I was anticipating. But again, y'all got the lineup. 2023. We got quite a few projects coming up. Hopefully, you guys are looking forward to it. We got Aquaman 2 coming out this week. I'm happy about that one. I've been waiting for this.
Oh, it was good, bro.
Waiting for this. But any final thoughts before we close this thing out?
No, I think that's about it. I mean, there's a lot of shows we gotta watch, a lot of movies. I'm waiting for Aquaman 2. I'm really hoping this movie's gonna be better than the first one. I really do. I'm just looking for Deadpool 3. I'm looking forward for the New Year's, bro. I don't know about you. For the rest of us for the rest of y'all watching, happy holidays, happy New Year's. Be safe out there. I hope we live another day to see how the MCU and the rest of the superhero movies come out.